What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. When festival season promotion starts to arrive and these lineups start to come out, it's sort of like a spoiler alert to who will be releasing music in the coming months. When you see somebody headlining, you're like, wait, that guy hasn't dropped an album in 2 years. It's kind of telling you like, okay, we can expect something because he's not going to perform off of a bunch of old material. So with the Weeknd headlining a few in the coming months, we knew that something was coming. Instead of going the obvious route like he did with his last two albums, the Weeknd decides to deliver a new EP with little warning titled My Dear Melancholy. With such a short project, I didn't feel like there was really any bad songs on here. Try Me is my least favorite song, but I did have two records that were my absolute favorites. And I pretty much picked them after listening for the first time. I knew right off the bat that Call Out My Name was going to be one of those favorites. If the EP title wasn't enough of an indicator, Call Out My Name is going to let you know exactly where the Weeknd's head is at. This song and EP are a product of heartbreak and pain that has allowed itself to manifest over time. These are not thoughts coming from the Weeknd that are like fresh from a breakup. No, this is all those thoughts going to the deepest, darkest places of the Weeknd's mind, and then being pulled out and made into this music. I love it because it's like the evolution of the Weeknd. While the production and the overall sound is similar to his past music, the content that you get is anything but that. This is a guy who used to party for days, do drugs often, and now he's singing about heartbreak and telling this woman not to leave when she wants to leave. Like, stay with me. I also really appreciated how this record starts out. The first verse is kind of like a slow build because the beat doesn't drop until you get to the hook. So I look at it like the first verse is all about the Weeknd really letting his emotions, pour out, and it's gradual. And then it hits like a climax at the hook, and it doesn't really turn down after that. Like, the beat doesn't turn back down. No, the beat is very prominent in here. It's very powerful, and it works well with his emotions. I think a lot of the production on this EP does the same thing. My other favorite record is called Wasted Times. I will always like that the Weeknd combines emotion with savagery. He'll say stuff that we all might think, but will never actually say. That's something that makes him good, is because he's able to say it and then we can quote the lyrics, sub people, whatever. And he does it well on Wasted Times. In the opening, the Weeknd says, "She wasn't even half of you," which the internet is assuming is about Selena Gomez. And the whole record itself is written to Bella, who he dated before Selena. So like that right there is some next level like savagery. Like, damn, you're gonna go on a record and say that? The rest of the song isn't much tamer either. I hope you know this dick is still an option. It's Honesty Hour with the Weeknd. I just think it's funny and a bit weird that this is the way that he chooses to address someone that he was in love with. Like, out of all the things you could say, you're like, I hope you know this dick is still an option. A lot of the Weeknd's lyrics, they really come across as like drunk nights. I think he's really mastered the art of coming across drunk when it comes to the lyrics that he says. Because a lot of the stuff that you hear, I feel like most people aren't saying this stuff sober. So I don't know if it's just the way that he likes to write or if he's actually like getting drunk and writing. Like that would be pretty impressive to see him do it that way. But nonetheless, he's pretty much mastered like that art of coming across drunk and saying whatever's on his mind without any repercussion, without any fear of repercussion. My one honorable mention is titled Hurt You. I like that this EP kind of moves from heartbreak and sorrow to regret with Hurt You. And towards the end, you got like the Weeknd deciding that he's gonna like have sex to get rid of the pain that he's feeling. But it's like everything kind of moves that way, but you don't lose any of that. So the heartbreak is still there on a record called Hurt You. It's still there on the last song, Privilege. It's something where you kind of just pick up different things like the regret, like the sex, like, you know, using drugs. Like you pick up that stuff as the EP moves along. The fact that there's a comma after the EP title alludes to a continuation. It wouldn't be far-fetched to think that The Weeknd would be releasing a full-length album later this year. I'm not expecting it until maybe like the summer or fall. I mean, he is the king of fall. So I kind of don't expect anything else from The Weeknd for a while, but it would be a pleasant surprise if we got a full-length album sooner than later. Especially if it's going to be a continuation of what he's doing here. I really like this side of The Weeknd. My Dear Melancholy is the most complete project that I've heard from The Weeknd since his trilogy days. I feel like he went into this with a clear focus, an idea, a direction of getting his pain and putting it all on the table, putting everything out there over somber production. And he was able to combine all that together to get a winning formula. So those are my thoughts on The Weeknd's My Dear Melancholy EP. After you listen to this one, I want to know what you think about it in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at SirMizDomain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.